Hey there, it's Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. I'm super excited to be coming to you for another episode. We're here to share information, share hearts, and talk about everything you need to know about getting into that vehicle. Whether you're dealing with some bruised credit or just trying to figure out the whole car buying process, I'm here to support you every step of the way. Welcome to another episode of my podcast. Let's go ahead and get into it and get into the nitty gritty today. If you are on Facebook, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet, do me a favor, make sure that you give me a follow. Put comments in the bottom of the video. Then if you are on my YouTube page, Regina Eileen. Well, no, I think it's Regina Eileen Woodard, or is it Regina Woodard? But anyway, make sure that you give me a subscribe button and go check out some of my videos. I do want to say thank you to all my YouTubers that have have helped me get monetized. I recently reached 3,000 subscribers, and you also have to have over, I believe, 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. So I always had my subscribers, but my watch hours was a problem. But thanks to you for helping me get to those 3,000 watch hours. Now, my next milestone is to get to 4,000 subscribers. So I got monetized with 3,000 subscribers. So not 3,000 subscribers, I'm sorry, 3,000 of watch hours. So you have to have over 500 subscribers and over 3,000 watch hours to get monetized. So thank you very much, YouTubers that actually took the time to actually watch my videos, watch my shorts, and watch my long videos. And I had this one video that actually took me to get monetized as far as watch hours. It's the first video that I've had that I have 30,000 watch hours in that video. That video was I talked about 7 things about buying a car. I don't remember. You know what? Hold on one second. Now, I got to look this up. I'm going to tell you exactly what that video was. Just give me a second here. I'm going to tell you exactly which video that was that actually got me monetized. Actually, how to pay your loan fast. How to pay your loan fast. How to pay your loan off fast. 7 proven strategies got me to 30,000 subscribers. So, hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. And if you are on my Facebook page, go to my YouTube channel. Regina, go to my YouTube channel. It's called Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. I said Regina Eileen Woodard, but it's Regina, the Queen of Car Loans. And check out my my YouTube page, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, how to pay your loan off faster, 7 proven strategies. And then check out 3 smart things to do after paying your loan off. I'm at 365 views, but that will help you. After you watch that video, I had 30,000 views on. But hey, let's get into today's podcast. Today, I want to talk about why should you refinance your vehicle? Why? And the reasons why that you need to. Or, well, let me just say, the first thing that you should do if you're looking to refinance your vehicle is, has anything improved? Have your finances improved? What makes you think that you're ready to able to refinance your car? Now, if anybody been following me for years, you know I specialize with customers that have bad credit. I always say bruised credit, but I've been using bad. Actually, the last podcast I've been using bad. But if your situation, if your finances or your credit has changed, do you have a higher interest rate? Now, when I say higher interest rate, I'm saying anything in double digits. Double digits, not 10. You know, maybe if you look at a 12, 15, 20, 25%. It's time for you to refinance. But are you ready? Have your situation improved? A lot of people think about when they're thinking about refinancing, they don't think about refinancing. They think about trading their vehicle in when the vehicle is paid off. Well, that's a no-no. If you're paying that high interest rate on that car loan, you need to be looking at lowering your interest rate. What does that mean is paying your bills on time. I'll give you an example. If you paid on your car for at least 6 months, and you made 6 months payments on time, right? I think that you should maybe looking at trying to refinance your car if you're able to. Now, one reason why you want to refinance your loan if you're able to is to lower your interest rate. Lower your interest rate and maybe lower your payment. When I say maybe lower your payment, one of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to refinancing their car loan is that they take out a 5-year loan, they're 6 months into their loan, or maybe 1 year in their loan, and they say, you know what, I'm ready to refinance. They go to their local credit union or they call their credit union, and they're already, just say, 1 year into that loan, and they take out another 5-year loan. Remember, they're already 1 year in their loan, and they actually should have 4 years left. Well, what happens is they take out another 5-year loan. So in other words, they got 6 years on one loan. They lower their payment, they lower their interest rate, but they take 1 more year out. That's not the smartest thing to do. If you can lower your rate and reduce your term and take a higher payment, that's going to make you be able to pay your car off faster. So paying your car off faster is the goal. Lowering your interest rate is the goal. Why? It's because, remember, it's simple math. The longer you pay on the car, the longer you pay on your car, the more interest that you'll pay. You are in the driver's seat. Remember, anything you do, you're in the driver's seat. But the one thing you want to look at, if you're looking to trade your car in, what is your car worth? Remember, the minute your car walks off the lot, you lose value. 20% is the common number, actually I won't say the common goal, but 20% of the value is lost the moment you drive off the lot. There's nothing that you can be able to do to stop that. It's when your car drops in value. Now, if you bought a Porsche, or maybe you bought a Corvette, then that value is not going to drop when you drive your vehicle off the lot. But most of the cars that we drive in today's world, whether it's a Chevy, a Buick, a GMC, a Ford, a Chrysler, it doesn't matter. The value is going to drop the minute you drive off that lot. So know what your car is worth if you're looking to trade in your vehicle. And the reason I tell people within the 6 months of you getting your loan and you're paying a higher interest rate, or that year, make some decisions about refinancing your car, because you have that window. Remember, the minute you walk off the lot, you drive off the lot, the value drops. So the longer you wait to refinance, the value drops, but also think about the more miles that you put on your car. You get a vehicle to drive your car. You get to be able to use your car, and the depreciation just goes down and down. How do you stop that depreciation? You pay your car off faster. But one thing that people don't realize is, after you're thinking about refinancing, what documents do you get ready to be able to refinance your loan? Well, I'm glad you asked. Okay, for one, you have identified the place that you want to be able to refinance with. If you've been following me for years, you know that I am a huge fan of the credit union. The reason I'm a fan of the credit unions is because credit unions are nonprofits. Banks like Chase Bank, Bank of America, Huntington Bank, they're for profit. They're all about the bottom line of monies. They're all about their monies. Credit unions are for the people, by the people. Let me say it again. Credit unions are for the people, by the people. And that means that they have more interest in you, is because they care about their members. They do things for customers that these big banks won't actually do. And if you have bad credit or bruised credit, you should automatically be a member of a credit union and have your money going to a credit union. Now, the big banks, yeah, you can belong to a big bank. I belong to a couple big banks. But big banks are for convenience, because they used to be on every corner, but they're probably within 1 mile of each other. Chase Bank, you got one on maybe, I'm doing a podcast in Bloomfield Hills, but it's a Chase Bank on Long Lake and Long Lake and Woodward. About a mile down, Long Lake and Telegraph, there's another Chase Bank. So Chase Banks, Bank of America, they're all within 1 mile or 2 miles within each other, right? Of each other. So they're there for convenience. So credit unions, you may have to travel a little bit more farther for a credit union, but it's worth it because remember, nonprofit. Nonprofits make money, but remember, they do more for you. They have more products for you, more products, and they cater to more individuals, right? So one thing, you identify the place that you want to be able to, you identify the place that you want to be able to refinance your loan. But now you're ready. Now you decided, I am ready to, I'm having problems with my glasses here. Anyway, now you're ready to actually refinance your loan. Well, now we're going to talk about the documents you need. You need a 10-day payoff or a 15-day payoff on your loan. So what you're going to do is you're going to call ABC Finance Company, your finance company, and say, you know what, I need a 10-day payoff or 15-day payoff on my loan. And the reason is because once you refinance your loan and you sign your paperwork, what your new lender or the credit union or the bank, wherever you wherever you refinancing your car at, they have to send your financial institution, your former financial institution, a check for the car so that you can make your new payments to your new lending institution for your car. So that 10 or 15-day payoff is important. Now, when you get this 10 or 15-day payoff, you just want to make sure also that you get the name of the person. And then two is you always need to know, okay, where are they going to send the payoff? So when I call on one of my customers on a payoff, I always say, you know what, can I get that 10-day payoff? Can I get your first name? Because they never get their full name. Get their first name. I get your account number, and I get an overnight address, and then I get a P.O. box. Because if the check has to be, if my office at the dealership wants to overnight the check, they have a physical address. If they want to mail the address, if they want to mail the check, it's usually another address for that. So make sure that you have the 10-day payoff. Also, now you're ready. You need to make sure you have your income. Have your income ready. Now, more than likely, if they require this, they're going to want 2 current pay stubs just to make sure that you're still working at your current job. They want to also make sure that you have your driver's license, a copy of your insurance, and a current insurance. Too many times I see that people actually people looking to buy cars, and they don't even have their insurance. And then you got to have your title. Now, it depends on what state you live in. Michigan has become where everybody's not receiving a title for their vehicle, which means the state of Michigan is holding the title until the car is paid off. Some of the lenders are releasing the titles to the customers, but now Michigan is not requiring. Michigan is saying that they can hold the title to the car until the car is paid off. In the past, some lenders have, you have gotten your title with your name on it and the financial institution name on it. Now, some of the lenders are keeping the title. So when you pay the car off, not the lender's not keeping the title, the state of Michigan's holding the title. But now when the car is paid off, you're done, the car is paid off, you get the title and you have a release of lien. Now, release of lien shows that you owe nothing on your vehicle. So remember, I want to give you this quick, short video on refinancing your car, what to do, just giving you a little bit of knowledge on what to do when it comes to looking to refinance your car and getting your documents ready to go to another financial institution to refinance your loan. If you're on Facebook, Regina, Queen of Car Loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet, give me a follow, share this video. And if you're on my YouTube channel, do me a favor, subscribe. Always remember, sharing is caring. All right, see you on the next pod. That's a wrap on today's episode. Thank you so much for spending time with me. It truly means the world. If you need help with a car loan or just want to chat about your situation, you know where to find me. Hit that subscribe button if you want more tips and support. And remember, everyone has a situation, but together we can get into that vehicle you need. I'm Regina, the Queen of Car Loans, and I'm here for you. Hey there, it's